Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 5 in our 20 from 1986 series. This was created by Namco and licensed to Atari in the US, released in the US in 1987, but in Japan in 1986. This is a really classic run and gun scrolling action game, and this is called Rolling Thunder. This was the first in a series of games, and it introduced a cool new dynamic. I think this game introduced it, in which you can jump up on higher ledges by pushing up and the jump button from below, and pushing down and jump to descend from that higher platform down lower. And a number of other scrolling action beat 'em up type of games did this later on. This game is very, very difficult. The gist of the game is that you are a secret agent with the code name of Albatross, and your goal is to rescue your partner Leila from a terrorist organization called Geldra. And that is the final boss, and his name is Maboo. There are some goofy names for the bad guys in this, but we'll go ahead and get started. Your two weapons that you can use is a pistol, and there is also a machine gun that you can get a hold of, and the machine gun is pretty darn sweet because you can just hold down the fire button and just spray away. And there is a certain door with a sign next to it that will allow you to restock your ammo, because you have a finite supply of bullets. And I absolutely hate that word. Why can't you just call it finite? Because you say infinite for unlimited of something. English is stupid sometimes. But anytime you see a door with that sign next to it, that is where you can get your bullets restocked. Or you can get the machine gun from the door. Now, with your regular gun, you cannot have nearly as many bullets on the screen as the machine gun, obviously. And you'll see at the bottom left, there's MGBLT, machine gun bullets, and then below that is your regular bullets from your regular gun. If you run out of your regular bullets for your regular gun, you can still shoot one very slow-moving bullet at a time. The stages... that guy's head's just popping out real quick. Looks silly. The stages are longer than you might think. And your timer might be the greatest enemy of all, because when it runs out, you die, and you do not get that much time. Now, one way to die other than the timer is to be shot. Being shot or hit by a projectile, death. Falling into an abyss or a fire pit, death. You also note that you have a life meter at the bottom. That is for when the enemy engages you and punches you. If they hit you once, you lose half that life meter. Get hit again and you die. I really think the use of the life meter in this game is kind of stupid. I saw this at numerous arcades, bowling alleys, etc. This was very popular, and it is very cool. But boy, is it hard. I do not understand why the bad guys try to punch the main bad guy, Maboo. Whoa, you gotta really be careful, because like I said, one hit by an enemy bullet, you are dead. Enemies will also drop bombs on you from above sometimes. And again, if you run into an enemy, even if they don't punch you, that can knock your life meter down by a half. And get hit again, and you die. You will need to do a jump to get to the higher boxes. And eventually you will need to start scaling the boxes upward. There is a very dangerous jump that you will need to make, and it's not as easy as you might think. And right when you get across, then you will have to take out enemies that are going to come towards you and start shooting at you. It's probably not a bad idea to shoot ahead of yourself as you start moving to the right, because you can take out an enemy just out of range. Now this is kind of a pain. You have to sort of lure the enemies away from that platform before you drop off, or you'll risk getting hit by them. You can go in some of the doors that don't have ammunition refill in them, but you will just come right back out. There is a way to get ammo refill more than once from the same door. You have to go a certain distance away from it and then come back and re-enter, and you'll get more ammunition. But it does not seem to really be worth it because the timer is so strict, and it'll start turning red when you're really low on time, when you get below 30 seconds. Like I said, it'll cost you life if you run out. Really don't have that much time. Ah, crap. I let him punch me and take off half my energy. The punching motion makes me laugh from the enemies. I let myself die because I knew my time was running out. There is a single halfway point that you get pushed back to. Whoa, don't let those bombs hit you. Whoa, or their bullets. There is one single halfway point that you get pushed back to if you made it that far when you die. And your time does get reset if that happens, fortunately. But yeah, you just do not get all that much time. I saw this at a couple different places, but I know that it was popular. I saw it at a bowling alley, and I saw it at a nickel arcade. And like I was saying, this was licensed to Atari in the US, but Namco created it. It's definitely one of Namco's all-time classics. There was a Rolling Thunder 2 for the arcades, I believe, and a Rolling Thunder 3 for the Sega Genesis, I think. But yeah, when you get to this type of area, let the enemies come towards you and then jump off the platform and turn around and take them out. Now notice that I only have one bullet left. But you can shoot more than that, but you have to shoot like one bullet at a time, and it's very slow moving. And it's good to scroll after you shoot a bullet to maybe take out enemies in the distance. And you have to watch out for these guys that appear. There we go. You get bonus points for the time remaining. And you see your partner, Leila, being abducted by the terrorist group or being tortured or whatever. But yeah, look for that sign. And note that we have these yellow weird guys. Shoot them from a distance. If they get close, then they'll jump at you and slash at you. Do not let them do that. And those guys make me think of the DC Comics character, the Creeper. They kind of look like him. They got the same color, but they've got long claws, and they make funny noises. Oops, I got hit by him, so I lost half my energy. I kind of get a feel for which masked enemies you have to shoot more than once, or which ones might shoot at you from a distance, or which might throw a bomb. Yeah, those yellow guys make a funny little howl sound. don't let them get close, or they will jump and slash at you. There are a total of 10 different stages, and the first 5 stages are called a story, and the second set of 5 stages is the second story, and you will face, of course, Maboo, the boss of Geldra, at the end, and you'll have to kill him, and then your game will end. Yeah, you can, now we have these panthers. You can go back after covering a certain distance to the ammo room and go in again, but your timer is so strict, I don't advise it unless you're super quick. So you get an extra life at 70,000. After that, I'm not sure. Whoops. Yeah, those panthers can jump up to higher floors. Sometimes they'll be in like a cage, like here, and they'll make their way through the door eventually. You can go in. Whoa! You can go inside that cage area by pushing up when you're at the doorway. Whoa! I was almost out of time. Leila is tied up there. The punching motion that these masked guys make during the cutscene just cracks me up. It's very funny. I didn't really play this much in arcades. I played it a lot more through emulation. And I got a lot better at it, but it's really very hard. Like I said, basically know which enemies take multiple hits. Those yellow guys, the last one I dealt with, takes 2 hits, and know which ones shoot at you or throw bombs. These bats can be a real pain in the butt. After they fly by, after they fly by, like, I think 4 times, left to right or right to left, then they will start to make a dive at you, and you have to be ready to start hitting them. I kind of like the grunting sounds that the enemies make when you kill them. Kind of makes it more satisfactory. Oftentimes, right as you get to a door, an enemy will start to emerge. It's probably not a bad idea to have your back to a wall and face just one of these suckers at a time. There we go. Like I said, when you run out of bullets, you'll still be able to shoot with your regular gun, but you'll have one very slow-moving bullet. Yeah, they're very intimidating, but you just have to know how to deal with those bats. If you are inside a door and an enemy comes up and starts walking in front of the door and you start to emerge, you're gonna get hit. There's not much you can do about that. Oh crap! Those blue guys like to appear out of nowhere. Ah crap! Yeah, this game is pretty cool. Your guy's pants are like impossibly high. He's got a very short upper body and incredibly long legs. You cannot play 2 players simultaneous play, unfortunately, on this game. You have to play alternating play if you're going to have 2 players. And they both look exactly the same. They both have a red top and long gray pants. This part is a real pain in the butt if you are not used to how to deal with these fire guys. They split up And try not to be too close to them when you shoot at them, because when they split up, they will probably hit you if you are close, and they can knock you into a fire pit. But you have to deal with them multiple times as you go across this fire pit. The second set of stages, after the first 5, they very much resemble the first 5, or most of the first 5, but there's added challenges. And we'll look at some of those added challenges later on. Yeah, keep shooting after you've killed one of those fire guys, because they will split up and create more fire guys. And there she's getting tortured, she's getting shocked. And this is the last of the first half of the stages. Here's a little area you could go inside by pushing up when you get to the doorway there. There's another bullet room. This had an NES release via the company Tengen, and it was one of those games, I believe, that showed the warning that Nintendo had nothing to do with this game, and they couldn't guarantee the quality of it. But Nintendo's put their quality stamp on some truly crappy games, so that didn't really mean anything anyway. There's gonna be some times when it's really, really tough to get close to an enemy because they keep shooting, or there's too many enemies around. Hey, he stopped shooting, and that was like right in front of him. Okay. But yeah, this game is very, very tough. I don't know that Namco's generally been known for high difficulty, not like Konami or Capcom. But this is definitely one of their harder games, I would have to imagine. This has been on all sorts of Namco Classics series or whatever. And again, this was licensed to Atari in the US. Hey, you butthole. He hit me multiple times, you know, and just touching me once. Oh, that's Rolling Thunder, and I'm going to put my initials in. And there is the final boss, Maboo, which I did not nearly get to. You can continue from I think the start of the stage that you left off, but I did not do that here. But we will see snippets of the remainder of the levels and the end of the game. And I put on invincibility, infinite machine gun bullets, stuff like that. You'll still show a death throw. I didn't go far enough to be able to go into the bullet door again. But again, it's really not worth it with the short timer. I think at times I put on an infinite time cheat. This has pretty peppy music. The character of Albatross is blonde on the marquee, and in the game he's got black hair. I don't get that, but whatever. He makes an appearance in the very funny Flash animation series of Mappy on YouTube by Shifty Look. It's a very, very silly series. Definitely worth checking out. Here's Maboo again. And that is the first half of the stages that I have completed. And see, now it says Story 2, Area 6. That'll go area 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And at the end I will face Maboo. And against Maboo, you better have the machine gun. So you show the death throw even when you have invincibility on. And note that there are doors way up there. You can't jump up to them, or you can't stand where they are. There are now laser cannons. Like I was saying, the levels kind of repeat from the first series, but there are added dangers. And we will see more bombing enemies, more enemies that shoot. There will be some of the later enemies from the first 5 stages that will make earlier appearances in this series of stages, like the bats or the weird jumping guys with the claws. And there they are. Yeah, they do look like the DC superhero, the Creeper. Or at least that's what they make me think of. Here's smaller land purchases to jump on in this fire pit area. Yeah, I used to always laugh at the punching motion by those hooded enemies in the cutscenes. The hooded enemies are called maskers. There are maskers, ninjas. The bats are called gelzos. There are panthers, lava men. There's something called blogas. I forget what the hell those are. But yeah, we see all these different enemies that populate the later stages. Those white masked guys can take a whole lot of hits. But I was almost out of time there too. You see her getting shocked. And then this is the absolute final area. Yeah, I like that little howl that those guys, those clawed guys make. Whoa! The music kind of cuts out a little bit for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, he does the little death throw even though he's got invincibility on. Oops, I gotta get out of here. There we go. Yeah, that whole jump up to a higher area and you can jump down off of it was really pretty innovative, and I think it basically started with this game. Or at least the push up and jump, or push down and jump aspect. Doing, 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 doing. That certainly wouldn't happen if you had invincibility on. And we're going to face Maboo in just a little bit here. Yeah, we've got Panthers here. Hope you enjoy the Super Bowl next weekend. I'm going to order some really, really big Godfather's pizzas. I usually celebrate it with my folks or my brothers or something. Not this year, just me and my renter. There's Maboo. And like I said, you want to have the machine gun. And he is real easy when you have a machine gun. Just hold down fire and you'll take him out easy. And these guys just punch each other with their frustration at letting Leila get reunited with you. I think in Rolling Thunder 2 in the arcade, you could play Maybe you couldn't play simultaneous play, but player 1 was Albatross and player 2 was Leila. But that's Rolling Thunder, and I'm going to put in my initials, having beaten the game with cheats. I could never do it without cheats. That is Rolling Thunder by Namco and licensed to Atari in the US. That was game number 5 in our 20 from 1986 series, Rolling Thunder, created by Namco and licensed to Atari in the US. This is Crazy Clown Ray saying thanks for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 4. Bye-bye, folks.